Hey everyone, it's me, Eric Kimball, and today in this video, instead of showing you how to do something, which is what I like to make videos about most, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is cutting some firewood down in my woods. You may find this interesting. You can see I have a crack in my windshield. That's what that line is. See, I got some firewood over by the house, left over. And these woods here that you see are my woods I own down the road on the left side. And I cut the tree down. Down there. I live on a fairly quiet road, which I like. Not a lot of traffic, most of it's local. And all my firewood down here is down here, which means I got to carry it out. I really don't have a tractor that can go down here or any kind of a vehicle. So I'm carrying it out by hand, which is good exercise for me. Some people go to, gyms and work out. Well, this is going to be my workout. So there is the ash tree that I cut down. It was not a particularly good tree as far as timber goes. So I cut it and it got hung up in that tree right in the center there. And I left it there for a week, hoping the wind would dislodge it. And the wind did not dislodge it. I put a chain and a come along on it and tried to pull it over. You can see a chain there still. Yesterday I got my son Robert. He came by after work and helped his old man get that tree down. It's going to be a job carrying this out of here, but I've been carrying wood from another tree over there. I had some sort of a nut tree fall over, and it had a lot of good wood in it yet. So here's a tree that fell down of its own accord. It got too wet by the stream here. Must have been a big wind, and this is just a gorgeous tree. I'll get up on the trunk and show you. Look at this tree. Isn't that beautiful? And I said to my son, that's a nice oak tree, I think. I'm gonna cut that up and haul it up. He said, I think that's basswood, Dad. And he was right. It's basswood. This is not worth cutting and hauling up. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I need to use it somehow. Not for firewood though, burns too fast. All right, back to my project. So ash is an easy splitting wood. It's one of the great things about it. And I really like this long-handled Fisker's splitting axe. And I took a few swipes here because I can't carry these out full size. I've got to get them split in half or thirds before I can carry them out. I gave a few swings with this splitting axe here and it didn't do it. So I'll use this as I get up into the smaller wood, but for these big pieces, I'm gonna have to use a wedge and a sledgehammer. And I'm no stranger to a wedge and a sledgehammer. When I was a kid, my parents, we had 2 wood stoves in the house, and we didn't have a log splitter, the powered log splitter. I was the log splitter, and we cut down a lot of elm. It was elm in the hedgerows, and we cut that down, and that was nasty splitting wood, very gnarly. So I used wedges, and they work. These woods are full of ticks, deer ticks. And I'm paranoid about deer ticks. I've got one on me already this year. Now, this is, I think if I split this in half, I can carry it out that way. So, yeah, if you've never split wood with a wedge, it's pretty intuitive. This will split very easily. Yeah, nice. I'm going to carry these halves out of here with timber claws. one on each arm, one in each hand. I mean, I did a review of these timber claws on YouTube several years ago. It's still there, and I've used these over the years off and on, and I think these are great. I don't know if they still make them. I'll look it up, put a link if they are. Timber Tough Tools, Timber Claw. I like these things. All right, so they work very easily. You just go like that, pick it up on the other one too, like that, see? So yeah, I'm going to be able to manage these. Just gets my heart pumping. Hopefully it helps me lose a little weight. There's two. Well, unfortunately, my audio for this section of the video was really poor quality, so I'll just tell you what I was yakking about there. My objective with being in the woods on that day was to get the tree cut into chunks and split for carrying, not to get it all carried out of the woods. Once it's cut, I can go down a couple times every day and carry up some pieces. In other words, I'll pace myself. Little by slow, I'll get it all done. And I'll get it done before those woods leaf out. It's hard to imagine, looking at this video, that those woods can be lush with greenery and undergrowth, or dense even with undergrowth. But that's the way they're going to be in a few weeks. Okay, I'm not a production firewood cutter, so I take the time to mark out my chainsaw cuts using my grandfather's S-wing hatchet, and I'm measuring 15.5 inches. Those timber claws are made for 16, and so 15.5 does it. This saw right here is a Steel 038 AV. If you know anything about chainsaws, you know this is a classic. It is from the 70s or the 80s, somewhere in there, circa 1970s, 80s, and it's a beast. This has so much power, and it's so well made, and it's heavy. That's the one bad thing, it's heavy. But I bought this off of my father-in-law many years ago, and it's been such a dependable saw. 2 years ago, the pull cord broke, and I replaced it this year, which means I haven't used this for a couple of years. I have been buying my wood, or some of my wood, for a long time, not cutting it. And this year I'm hoping to cut and haul enough wood to go with what's left from last winter, so I don't have to buy any wood. And so yeah, that's the plan. But this saw is amazing. I love this saw. If they make saws like this, I don't know anything about it. It would be the professional grade. They're lighter now. They're just not the same. Okay? And yeah, made in West Germany. Okay? I'll show you how this starts up, and we'll run it. That was not supposed to happen. There. Well, I reckon you got the idea by now what I got going on down here. If you've watched this far, I thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed this little visit down here in the woods. I cut this tree down, I want to mention, because it was leaning out and it was shading the undergrowth here. And it was preventing other trees, like this one right here, from getting the sunlight they needed to grow and be hopefully a straighter, better quality timber tree someday, probably long after I'm gone. But there's all these little seedlings down through here that have the potential, and that tree shaded them out. So that's one of the reasons I don't usually like to cut live trees unless they're interfering in that way, or unless they're really crooked, which I've got a few here like that. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Take care. We'll see you in the next video.